Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play, not really Let's Play, Screwing Around Saturdays. As you can see, I'm doing Mario Kart 8 this week, and before I start, I want to say one thing. If you are planning on getting this game and you have a Wii U, or if you're planning on getting a Wii U and getting this game, I would advise getting it sooner rather than later. Nintendo's doing this deal until, I believe it's June 30th, where if you register the game, like, inside of every Nintendo game, there's like a little code that you can enter on their Club Nintendo site and get little coins or rewards and stuff like that. This one in particular has an interesting promotion where if you enter the code, they'll give you a free full game. So they'll either give you, I believe it's New Super Mario Bros. U, The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD, Pikmin 3, or, what's the other one? Wii Party U. I have no idea why you would ever get Wii Party U, but either way, it seems to be a pretty good promotion. So yeah, and as many of you who have ever been to a game store probably know, there are not really any price drops in Mario Kart games. Mario Kart DS is still like $40. So I'm gonna be completely honest with you. This is my first time playing the game. I literally just popped in the game, and bam, good to go. I'm going to do 100cc starting off. Well, I think I'm only going to do one cup, maybe two, depending on how long it takes. I've always liked Yoshi. I'm going to go with Yoshi. And apparently there's customization options. I don't really know too much about this. They had this in Mario Kart 7, but, ooh, I like Mach 8. That sounds kind of cool. I really wish they would show you the stats, but they might show you the stats if you're playing on the Wii U gamepad, but I'm actually playing on the, just with the Pro Controller, just because I like the feel better. Crap. I keep going sideways, sorry. I'll just go with the super standard glider. Ooh, I like those classic tracks. Those are really good. I don't remember a lot about the DS tracks, but I've played that game so much. But I'm actually just going to go through, I'm going to do Mushroom Cup and I'm going to do Shell Cup. I'm not going to do Flower Cup, just to leave some mystery as to like some of the new tracks. I might not even go through all of Shell Cup, but a lot of you may be asking, like, why are you doing this video? You seem to have this aversion against doing games that are new. And in response to that,
I did it for me. I liked it. I was good at it. I was alive.
If you know what I'm quoting there, then you are awesome. Oh, looks like the boost is still the same from like the last few Mario Kart games, and it kind of looks like they have coins too. I don't know what the button configuration is. I kind of would have liked X to be throw an item, but it kind of looks like it's ZL. This looks awesome, by the way, because in the previews they always had like, and I thought the same thing about Wind Waker HD as well. I'm gonna do that a lot probably, but I thought the same thing about Wind Waker HD as well as this game. Is that it was kind of odd because, like, in all the previews it just sort of seemed to be really blurry and like really light. And if you follow pcall4444 on Twitter, he did a really good post today of basically like a quote-unquote HD version of Link to the Past, where basically the entire premise is that, like, they took the game and they blurred it a little bit, and then that was it, and they made the screen like a lot lighter. Use the horn. Oh, I pressed the wrong button to use an item. Apparently I suck, but whatever. And I pressed the wrong button again because I was trying to drift. Again, I'm going to do that a lot. It's going to take me a long ass time to get used to the controls of this, because I'm used to Mario Kart 7. Actually, I'm more used to Mario Kart Wii right now. So yeah, it's gonna be a little bit awkward for me probably in this video. This is probably going to be the only video I do, and if I do another video, then it'll be way down the road. It'll be like a long time from now. I did really well my first lap, but my second lap I seem to be kind of sucking, but whatever. I'm not I'm not too concerned about getting like first place in this because, in all honesty, it's like my first try at the game. So yeah. But I must say that this game, I have not been this excited for a game coming out in a long time. The last game I can really think of that I was this excited to have come out was probably, I want to say, Guitar Hero 4. And that's like such an awkward, like, one random game to like go and list and be like, oh yeah, that's like a game that you're really psyched for. But in all honesty, when that game came out, like, it didn't turn out being that great. But like when that game came out, that was like the most hyped shit ever. And like, not shit as in like it's terrible or anything like that, but like it was so hyped up. View highlight reel. Why does it default to view highlight reel? Menu. No, it's next race. I don't want to watch the highlight reel. I don't care. This game seems to be like, they seem to want to push the online part of the game quite a bit, and there's nothing wrong with that, but yeah, I've already seen a lot of YouTube videos of people being like, this is my Mario Kart TV highlight reel, or whatever the hell it is, and like wanting to see if it'll go in HD or anything like that. And yeah, like, it's like the online capabilities seem to be like on par with that of like the PS3 and like Xbox 360, but I don't know about the PS4 or anything like that because I've never actually played it. I don't know why anybody would have an Xbox One right now, or a PS4 in that matter. There's not really any games for either of them. Like, doesn't the PS4 have Infamous Second Son, and the Xbox 360 have Titanfall and Plants vs. Zombies, and that's about it? Like, from what I've heard, that seems to be about it, which is kind of unfortunate. Why do I have a coin as an item? That's kind of odd. But whatever. I'm not complaining. I got an extra coin. Kind of seems like 10 coins is the max on this one too. The thing I like about Mario Kart a lot is the fact that they have dynamic tracks in like the newer Mario Kart games. And basically what I mean by that is that like the tracks will change like in every lap. Like for example, Grumble Volcano from Mario Kart Wii. That's a really great track, and in all honesty, off the top of my head, that's the only track that I can name that's a classic track off of this game that I could have named like before the game actually came out. But yeah, like Grumble Volcano, that is a fantastic track because it's dynamic. It changes every single lap, and it's really well designed. And in all honesty, from what I've seen so far of this game, which is not actually that much, I've literally played 2 races, I get the feeling that I'm going to be playing this game a lot. The biggest problem I have with my Wii U right now, Waluigi, get the fuck out of my way. The biggest problem I have with my Wii U right now is the fact that I have some games, yeah, and I've played some games like quite a bit, but the main issue that I have is that it's really difficult to find any replayability in a lot of these games. There's 2 red shells? What the fuck? This is like the crazy chaotic track, it sort of seems like. Can I just go straight across? I can go straight across here, but it doesn't seem to be very effective. Like Pokemon. Except not like Pokemon, because... What the fuck? What is this? Let's just throw all these fucking items out of myself. Wow, I totally screwed that up. Right at the end. Whatever. But as I was saying, like, there's a lot of games that I have, and I've played quite a bit of these games. Like, I played New Super Mario Bros. U. I played New Super Luigi U for a bit. I wasn't really that into that game, but yeah, I played it, and I also played Wind Waker HD, obviously, because I did a full Let's Play of that, like 100% Let's Play. That was like 60 parts almost, and yeah, I don't know. Like, I find myself... Oh yeah, I had Pikmin 3 too, and I didn't play Pikmin 3 that much. I kind of thought that I liked Pikmin a lot more than I did when I bought the game, because it's like... It's one of those things that you really think about, and it's like... Like, you think about Pikmin, and you're like... You automatically think, like, oh, that game's fantastic, even though you didn't... Like, I don't know about anybody else, but I didn't think it was that great when it came up for GameCube, but like over the years, like I sort of thought of it as like a better and better game than it actually was. So it sort of got like hyped up in my mind, as opposed to the fact that like I don't actually like it that much. Like, yeah, it's a good game, but it's just sort of not for me. Like, it's sort of like Age of Empires-esque. But yeah, that was another game that I played. But like, the only game that I really have that has like a lot of what the fuck? I did not see that guy at all. But yeah, as I said, the only game that I have that's really got a lot of replayability is Nintendo Land. And in all honesty, I've probably only popped the game in twice. That's why they need a frickin' Star Fox game for this system. Like, Star Fox is the definition of replayability, and like, in terms of like Nintendo standard replayability, it sort of got replaced by like Mario Kart and Smash Bros. Not fully or anything like that, but like, you can kind of see how it was replaced, in the sense that like Mario Kart and Smash Bros are sort of seen as the games that you go to, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna go and play this game with my friends for like a couple hours and stuff like that. Whereas like, if you go and play like a I don't know, like Wind Waker HD, and you're gonna go and play that game with your friends for a couple hours, I mean, that's gonna be really boring for like your friends, because you're gonna be sitting there watching you play this game. And I had a couple friends as kids that did that all the time. What the fuck? Freaking Piranha Plant, I did not see you again. How was I in first? Like, I thought I was in like third. I wasn't even looking or paying attention or anything. But yeah, I thought there was someone, I thought DK was ahead of me or something like that, but maybe not. And yeah, like, I had a couple friends that would make me watch them play games as kids, and it's like, why am I over here at your house watching you play this game? Like, it's really boring. And I was guilty of that a couple times. In fact, I can think of one specific example. So, as a kid, my friend had Star Fox Adventures. I never did. And, like, when I was older, like 15 or something like that, I found it in a EB Games store, and I actually bought it for like $3 because they're like, yeah, somebody just traded this garbage in, and like nobody likes this game. And I'm like, hey, I thought this was a pretty good game. And like, after that, I actually owned the game, and I actually do still think it's a pretty good game. Like, that wasn't like childhood delusions or anything like that. No, it was a pretty good game. And I don't know what happened to my copy, but it went missing or something like that. Same with my copy of Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door. I actually had to rebuy that game because I have no idea what happened to my copy of that. But yeah, it was like that specific game. I remember one time I was at my friend's house, and he was playing something on his PS2. I want to say it was something like, it was like some kind of RPG, but it was like not. It was weird. It was like a live action RPG with like damage numbers, and like, it wasn't like Secret of Mana or anything like that. Like, no. But it was like, I don't know, it was some game for his PS2, and I really can't remember what it was. If somebody showed me gameplay footage of it, I probably still wouldn't know what it was, but I remember he was playing that, and I was just sort of like not really into that. So I was like, oh, so I'm just gonna go and play some, like I asked him, like, can I play this Star Fox game? Because I really love Star Fox 64, and I've never played it before. And he's like, yeah, sure, knock yourself out. It kind of sucks anyways. And he thought it was terrible. Like, barely ever played it or anything like that. But yeah, I remember sitting at his house for, it must have been at least 6 hours, like, playing Star Fox Adventures. And that is like one of the few examples I can think of where I've ever made one of my friends like watch me play a video game, because after like 2 or 3 hours or something like that, like, his family had this, like, you're only allowed to play a certain amount of video games per day or something like that. It was like, he was only allowed to play like an hour a day, but he could net that up. So if he didn't play video games like one day, then the next day he would get to play it for 2 hours. And like, so he did that, and on his weekends he would go and he'd just sit around and play video games pretty much all day, on like either Saturday or Sunday. And yeah, that was like his thing, is like, he was the guy who all weekend he just wanted to play video games. And yeah, but yeah, he used up all his time, and so I didn't have that time. So his mom was like, okay, well, your friends can play, you can watch, or something like that. I don't know why she had this. It was just like, it was some weird rule. Didn't really make a lot of sense, especially the like, you can't play but you can watch kind of deal, because it was like, well, he's in the room Like, I think the whole point of not playing video games for so long was, like, to get him to go outside. And, like, his mom sort of counteracted that by letting him watch his friends play video games. And yeah, it was weird because, like, his mom would, like, shit, I did not want that to happen. His mom would, like, talk to my mom and, like, our other friend's mom, because we were like the three amigos, sort of, like my mom always used to say, because we were like three best friends that always used to hang out all the time. And yeah, like, she would like call my mom and like our other friend's mom and be like, hey, like, don't let my son play video games for too long. And they're like, okay, well, we'll make sure that they don't like sit around and play video games. And my mom, always assuming the worst of people, and like, she's a nice person, don't get me wrong, but she always sort of assumes the worst of people. We would be in my basement playing hide and go seek, and she would come down and she'd be like, oh, you guys have been playing video games for like 4 hours, go outside. And I'm like, we've been playing hide and seek. We used to be like the hide and seek masters, like, it was crazy. That was a really cool track. Can I just say that? I really liked that track. That was probably my favorite of the four. I didn't really like the third track that much. I mean, it was cool. Like, there's nothing so far that's been, like, lame or anything like that. I mean, there's always, like, the first track in the game that's sort of, like, tutorial track almost. Oh, is that supposed to be a silver medal? I don't want to watch this highlights reel. Like, what the fuck? I want to race. Mario Kart games seem to be a little bit guilty of this, is that, like, after you beat the thing, like, they'll always show you, like, this giant jerk-off of a, like, cutscene. You've unlocked a new character. Would you like to post on Miiverse? No, because my gamepad is dead. I don't actually remember what my Miiverse's ID, what my Miiverse ID is off the top of my head. Hey, I got Lakitu. I'm probably not gonna play as him. I also heard that, like, apparently in order to unlock everybody, you're supposed to, like, play as, like, every character. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna switch to Waluigi because he's like the shit. Everybody loves Waluigi. I'm gonna use the same cart because why the hell not? I just want to see what's here. Twisted Mansion, that looks cool. Shy Guy Falls, I've heard stuff about that, but yeah, like, my mom would always assume that we would go and, like, play video games for hours and hours and hours, and it's like, well, no, we're actually, like, playing hide and go seek, and we used to, like, play that for hours. My house was, like, really good for hide and go seek. We had this huge basement with, like, a ton of places to hide. I remember one time, we were playing hide and go seek, and like, it was ridiculous how well that we could hide sometimes. Like, one of my friends, somehow, we had this little, like, storeroom under our stairs, and in that storeroom we stored our skis and stuff. So what my friend did is he was able to get up onto my skis because they were the smallest skis, because I'm the youngest of my family, and like, he climbed onto my skis somehow, and then after that he climbed onto my sister's skis, and then onto my dad's skis, and then onto my dad's cross-country skis. If you cross-country ski, you'll know the cross-country skis are a lot bigger than like the other skis, so, like, the downhill skis. But yeah, he climbed up there, and he managed to get into the air vent at the top of my house, and he was trolling people by just, like, banging in the air vent, and everybody's like, where the fuck are you? Like, he's, like, in between floors in my house, and my mom's like, what is that banging? Where's your friend Mike? And I'm like, he's somewhere, he's in a place. And, like, I didn't really know how to tell her that, like, he's in the air vent, because we sort of figured it out after a while. But the true rules of hide and go seek is that, like, basically you can't say that you found someone until you actually see them. Freaking blue shells, man, every goddamn time. Every freaking time I play this game. There's, like, a couple new items that I haven't gotten yet. I don't know what they are. I remember there was, like, the boomerang one, and the 8, and the mega horn, or whatever the fuck that thing is. Like, they showed that off like a month ago, and I was sort of just like, what the fuck? Like, it was so odd. But yeah, I remember with these two friends, we always used to play Smash Bros. Melee, and my friend Mike, he was, like, really, really good with Roy, and I don't know why. Roy's one of those characters I sort of think of and I'm like, he's like not that good. I just look backwards. Wow, Luigi is so menacing. Oh my god. But yeah, he's one of those characters that's like you think about it and it's like, it's like it's not very good. And yeah, he was like incredible with him. I don't know how, I don't know why, but he was. And like we would always play. There was one specific stage. We'd always play that one Metroid stage. That was like, oh, why the fuck is this stage like moving up? This is very odd. But yeah, there was this one Metroid stage that was like Brinstar Depths, I think it was, where it was like Kraid in the background and like hitting the he'd hit the stage and make it spin. And it was basically like one giant ball. And like no matter how much I tried, I could not make it so that the stage would go completely upside down. Like I'd never seen it before. I'd never seen the stage go completely upside down. I'd only ever seen it turn like 2 or 3 times in one direction, and I think you had to make it turn like 5 times to go completely upside down, which is like the probability of that actually happening, because it's like 1 in 2 chance of him spinning it in a certain direction at a certain time. Freaking red shells, man. This is one thing about Mario Kart. It's like when a red shell comes at you like that, you're completely defenseless. But yeah, we'd always used to play on that stage, and he'd either play as Roy or Samus. And when he played as Samus, he would troll people by just like you know how Samus's side B is like a missile? Well, like none of us as kids had ever played a Metroid game. I mean, we had like our one friend, like the other friend that I'm talking about, like the guy that's not Mike. His name, I'm not gonna say his name just because like his name was very, I don't know, but like I called him 5. Like I just never said his name, so like yeah, to me saying his name is really weird, and I'm not referring to him as he is. And like I actually met up with him in October or something like that, and we met up at a bar for a concert that he wanted to go to because it was in Calgary, and he's like, I live in Lethbridge, and like it's closer for you than it is for me, so like, do you want to go to this concert? And it was a band I was very meh about. Like it was a really good concert, don't get me wrong, but it was a band that I'd like basically never heard of before. And yeah, I met him up and I still called him 5. Seriously, right before the end, really game, what the fuck? This is the one thing I don't like about Mario Kart, is that'll happen and you'll just get fucking comboed like nothing else. And like there was literally nothing I could have done there to make myself go in first, like except for maybe like try and get the what was it, the slipstream is what it's called, behind Baby Peach. But like, no, I don't want to view the highlight reel. I'm gonna do this a lot when I play the game. Next race. Did that say edit highlight reel? Like, how do you edit a highlight reel that's made automatically for you? But yeah, I met up with him, and I still called him 5. Like, but yeah, like he wasn't very good at Smash Bros as a kid, so he'd always lose, and like he'd always feel bad and stuff like that. And then we'd always end up not playing anymore because he didn't feel good about losing all the time. And like that was the only reason why I'm not like really good at Smash Bros right now, is because of my one friend. That like I cared more about my friendship with him than being really good at Smash Bros and playing all the time and being really competitive. Because like me and my friend Mike, we were like pretty close to even. I mean, like if he played as Roy and I played as Jigglypuff, like he generally beat me, but occasionally I'd be able to beat him. I don't know how he was so good at the game too. It was like he didn't do anything different from anybody else, but at the same time it was like he was better. Like I think he just had a better reaction time or something like that. Like being good at Smash Bros is one of those things that you actually have to like actually legitimately have a talent, and like the talent is more so reaction time than anything else. But I mean, it's really difficult to actually like have a reaction time good enough to be good at Smash Bros. Like I don't have it. A lot of my friends say I have like the worst reaction time ever because I play like a lot of my friends play Call of Duty, and I'm not a big fan of Call of Duty because I'm not very good at it. That, and I'm not a big fan of shooters in general. But like my friend Mike that I was talking about earlier, he's a big fan of Call of Duty, and he's really good at it, probably because of his reaction time. Die, you fucking crab! Nobody wants your crabs. Is that somebody that Did somebody just fucking, like, blaze past me super fast? What the hell? Like, 3 people just blazed. 4 people, just 5! What the hell? Game. I don't like you, Waluigi. You're lame. You have bad acceleration. That's the one thing I think is, like, crucial in Mario Kart. Okay, seriously, I passed, like, 3 people, and that was still going after me? What the hell? Some of these races, I swear to God, are, like, a little bit rigged, but, like, I get really ragey when I play Mario Kart. It's a ragey, but it's like a I'm still having fun ragey. I don't know really how to describe it, but yeah, that's basically what it is. 3 green shells and I'm in 5th. Actually, this game has 12 competitors. I just realized that. So, like, if I'm in 6th, that's still the top half. So, I mean, I'm not doing that bad. I mean, I'm not doing good, but I'm not doing that bad. I didn't realize you could cut right across here. That's kind of a thing. Oh well, I don't know. I had this moment where I'm just like, I am just enjoying this game. Because I really am. Like, this is one of those games that I just play because it's fun. And basically no other reason. And what other reason really is there to play games? Like, if you really think about it, we get so caught up in being, like, really competitive in a lot of these games. And, like, all these people are like, oh, PS4 is better than Xbox One, or like Xbox One is better than PS4, and Wii U is just like a piece of shit that nobody likes to play. But really, like, if you really think about it, if you're playing your PS4 and you're just like playing fucking Call of Duty like all the time, and you're just like yelling at people, like, to me, I see that less as like playing games to have fun and more so like playing games because it's filling time. Like, that's a really bad reason to go and play a game, I think. And it's really unfortunate that a lot of people do play games like that because, like, that's not what they're designed for, realistically. I just could go outside here because why not? Mario Kart 64 is basically the only Mario Kart game that I do have absolutely no attachment to whatsoever because I never had it. There was nothing I could have done there. Luigi, get out of here. Nobody likes you. But yeah, Mario Kart 64 is basically the only Mario Kart game I have absolutely no attachment to. This, for some reason, was like one of my favorite tracks in the game, but I only knew like one person that had Mario Kart 64, and like, we never really played it as kids. Like, it was my friend 5. He had an N64, and he had like Ocarina of Time. He was the one who introduced me to like Zelda and stuff like that. Especially when I turned like 13 or something along that age line, 13 or 14, I can't remember. And I got Twilight Princess. He was the one that really like introduced me to that. And he had Twilight Princess for his GameCube because he still had a GameCube. Like, he never got a Wii, I don't think, because he wasn't really into that whole thing anymore. I don't know. There's a lot of people that I know that just sort of thought that they outgrew the Nintendo systems, and that's a little unfortunate because I personally still think they're the most fun, and yeah, like, there's a lot of people that I know that are like that are just like, I don't want to play my Nintendo system anymore because it's for kids, and I think that's a really bad reason to not play a system again. And I know Wii U is seen like this little kiddie console that like only children go and play, which is totally false. Like, I know a lot of people that go and play this system. I mean, hell, one of the launch titles is like some gory zombie game based, like, zombie horror survival game. I don't know if it was a horror, but Zombie U, I never played it. I don't really know anybody who's played it, but from what I've heard, it's like it reviewed really poorly, but really you can't really trust reviews. But yeah, like, realistically, like, a lot of people get so caught up in the console wars of like PS4 versus Xbox 360, and like they lose focus on what's really important is the games, and they're like, oh well, this system has better graphics, and like, oh, this system is like it can run Blu-rays, and it's like, really, that's not really what you bought your video game system for. You bought your video game system so you could play video games. It's like, using it for anything else, to me, doesn't really make any sense. And I have a PS3, and I've literally never used it as a Blu-ray player, or like an MP3 player, or like an internet browser, or anything like that. I've only ever used it for games, and a lot of people say that, oh yeah, you're missing out on the experience because of that, but realistically, I don't feel like I am. I think people who go and use their systems for that are missing out on the experience of actually, like, using their systems for games. I think they're missing out a lot more than I actually am, but I don't know, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I don't really understand the whole console wars thing, probably because I live in my own little Nintendo bubble where I love all Nintendo games, and it's like, yeah, but anyways, that's gonna be it for Mario Kart 8. If I ever do another video of this, it will be a long time from now, probably a while, and it'll probably be like an online thing, sort of like I did with Mario Kart Wii. This was sort of a thing to wrap up the Mario Kart Wii thing because I didn't get a chance to record the last episode of that. I didn't get a chance to record it more so because I just didn't feel like it, but if you don't feel like recording something, I mean, I don't know. And the reason I did a first impressions video more so than anything is because I got a lot of stuff that I got to do today, and yeah, it's a busy day, and I'm not going to have time to record tomorrow because of other stuff. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, there's the promotion where if you buy this game, you get a free game with Club Nintendo. If you live in Europe, the thing is even better because you get a choice of 10 games as opposed to North America where you get a choice of 4. But that expires, I believe, on June 30th, so make sure you do it before then. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.